So welcome to my first video in the PMOS tournament. It's a Magic Online tournament with like 70 players. And yeah, for that first time I took a deck. It's called Madness Infestation. One of our Moxforge players played it in our monthly league and I found it pretty cool. So I wanted to give it a try. You know, Survival Welder is one of my favorite decks, and I like the idea to take the Survival of the Fittest and play a fairer game with it, in comparison to maybe Elves. And yeah, the key card of the deck is the Zombie Infestation, where you can discard 2 cards from your hand to make a 2/2 black zombie token, and you try to make advantage with Squee, which is a one Goblin which returns every upkeep to your hand if it's in your graveyard, and the Krovikan Horror, which is similar, but it checks at every end step if it has another creature above it, and if it's so, you can return it. So in many cases, the horrors are better than the Squee, but in some cases they are worse. And yeah, for some tactics, you can make some pressure in the mid game with the Zombie Infestation. Or if you are not having the Zombie Infestation yet, you can take the Survival of the Fittest and make some cool lines. Due to the 4 Gaea's Cradles, there are lines where you can just tutor up all these Rootwallas in a row, because they have a madness cost of 0, and you can just tutor for them and play them. Same as for the Arrogant Wurm, which is much stronger but a bit more expensive on the casting cost. And yeah, besides that, in the core you have some mana dogs to smooth out your draws, and some Cabal Therapies to have disruption against combo decks or decks like the Rock, where the worst card for us is Replenish Steed. And yeah, sometimes you have the ability to make a tempo game with the Wild Mongrel, where you just play it on turn 2 and attack. And if you have some Squeeze in hand or Krovikan Horrors or Rootwallas, you can chip many damage in. And yeah, beside the core, there are like 3 utility creatures, which is the Masticore, which is pretty impressive, with the Gaea's Cradle. And the first ability is not really a disadvantage, because you have like 7 recurring creatures. Then a Ravenous Baloth and a Uktabi Orangutan. And in the sideboard we find some more disruption against combo decks and decks with Perishes Deed or Survival, Mesmeric Fiend to mess with them, Withered Wretch to exile some cards from the graveyards, Tormod scripts for the faster graveyard decks, because UV Replenish is pretty popular on Magic Online. And you should not forget that all these silver bullets, like Genesis, like Call of the Claw, Withered Wretch, Bone Shredder, Mesmeric Fiend, you can tutor up with the Survival of the Fittest. And to round the deck up, we have pretty stock some Naturalize to destroy opposing artifacts and enchantments, and to engineer plagues. Yeah, if you have any questions to the deck, please reach out in the comment section, and I wish you some fun while watching the games. So welcome to our first match of the Premodern Online Society League. I'm trying to keep this, because the line of Cabal Therapy and Zombie Infestation or Survival would be pretty nice. And yeah, let's see what or opponent plays forest. Does not say as much. I will try my luck with Survivor of the Fittest or Certain Library. Let's try the Survivor. Okay, we don't get a Survivor. This is a food chain list. Okay. Yeah. I don't know what is playing exactly, but looks pretty nice. Maybe it's combo-like. I'm not really sure. Might be that I'm instantly dead next turn, but I don't think so. So food chain and this, is this a combo? A little combo. Yeah, what we do, I think we will play this Zombie Infestation and try to make pressure, because the other play would have been Survivor of the Fittest, but we do not have enough mana to activate it instantly. So we're going to make some blockers or attackers. Some infestation. Yeah, that's pretty good. Food chain. So 2 cards we know nothing about in his hand. Very cool to see the food chain in the format. I never saw it before. So we yield until the end step. The problem is I'm not exactly sure how his deck works. And I'm not sure if I should apply some pressure with the worm, or if I should make a route preparing for the late game. The horror is pretty nice. I really have no idea. So let me take a quick look at my deck list. We could set up for an Arrogant Wurm, for a Masticore, but we are a bit tight on mana. We just have 3 mana. So I think it might be okay to play the Survival and maybe searching for some more squeeze, or depends on what is played. So I could take the Ancient with the Cabal Therapy, and I think this might be a good play because I knew nothing about his deck. But this would be a power play. So, but here the empires to search for another. And we are passing the turn here. Playing the Echo. Yeah, it's a good play because if you stacks it to the food chain, you get 1 mana more. Is it just a fair deck, which is playing fatties at the end of the curve? So more playful style of an Elves deck, or are we dead in a few seconds? So what would be nice would be a Gaea's Cradle, because in this case we could search for the Masticore, make some zombies, and start pinging his army of elves. Maybe he's getting Phantomi Showa or something like this. Duress Herald. It's an individual card like this messenger. Very cool. That's the cool thing about the format, that there are so many decks undiscovered, or so many cards. Yes, nice. But if he does not place some very unfair stuff, I think we have some play, because we can block with our zombies. And I don't know if he wants to attack, because this is making his mana much worse. For example, if he attacks with Simultani, he gets 1 mana less for the Cradle, 2, 3 mana less, like 6 mana less. So here we are going to pitch the Horror, but I don't know exactly for what. So we could make a huge zombie army. So this is not important. This can be any order. And do we make this for another? I think. Or maybe not. Let's continue. So what is with the horrors? Why? Of the end step. Okay, this is a misplayed. So I need to stop at the second main, but I can make it twice around. This would be very good. Set stop. So what did we draw? Another horror. So what could be our play? Discard the horror for something like Wild Mongrel to get something going, or Rootwalla. Another Squee could be fine. And then let's pitch 1 Squee for the horror. And then we pitch it like this. First this, then this. I hope the time will be enough. Okay. We can't attack here, but that's no problem. I do not have a good plan to win the match right now. Maybe it's enough to make many zombies. So that's very strong if I read it right. At the beginning of the end step. Each end step. But it's Hypnox. He tutored for Hypnox, which is the problem. But he did not have Trample, so I can just tutor for some birds. Nice thing is here he can play it, and with the first trigger on the stack he can sacrifice it. But yeah, let's wait what it plays. So this is a trigger. So the play is okay. We take a look if he wants to sack it. He's not. So let's pitch these for more. And we just pitch everything in that, because it's no difference if I search something for the survival. And yeah, we can't play this. But we have a zombie army. And we can play some Bits of Paradise. But it's tough. I don't know if I have enough time to make the coverage and the Yes. But I can use the end step to search for some more action. What can we search for? We can take Masticore, but Hypnox it's a problem. So let's make it like this. Okay. Yes. So like this. Play the bird. I think to make some progress, we play another bird. Just to have some more defense, or if he just... Okay, Masticore would kill both, but let's pitch this in any order, and let's yield. I have to stop the yield because okay, this was a minor misplay. I could get one horror more back, but I'm pretty new to this deck. It's a third game with the deck. So if Hypnox is his only plan, he will take some turns for that. And I think in a few moments I will start attacking him. So let's make a zombie. Any order. Let's make a zombie. So first thing we will make is like pitch the Squee to get a Rootwalla and make a zombie. Play it for his Madness coast. So yes. And still in the end step, I think it's best to make some more zombies. So always yield. Yes. So this is not bad. Let's play this. Just to shrunk his team a bit. And I think we might go to the attack. Let's make one more zombie. Let's pitch this to the survival because it does not matter if you have a removal for the bird. So let's play another bird to set up for the next turn. And now we're going to attack. I don't know why he skipped here, but it's not a big problem. I think I'm not using Modo correctly at this point, but yeah, again, it's not a big problem. So he attacked with a bird. To make it a bit shorter, I'm making some more zombies. This is so cool that it works in every end step. So let's block with a bird. And in the end step, we get these back, make some more zombies. Okay, because the bird, yeah, was good that I made it in combat. So this has to be enough. I don't know, it might be that he has some combo kill. So I don't think we have all the time of the word, even our clock is pretty low. But it's due to these many triggers. So let's take a look. So go to attack. I'm not pretty sure. I think we need to send everything in. I forgot one, but this should not make shouldn't change the math. Wow, sweet. This was pretty scary what he did, but the zombies plus the horror, and I misplayed it, and it was very strong. So we need these engineered plagues for sure. Genesis would have been fine. I don't know. He did not show us survival, but Naturalize might be good enough to get Food Chain, because I'm a bit scared of the combo kill. Bone Shredder might work. The Mesmeric Fiend might be something I want to have. And I don't know, the Orangutan isn't the right thing to do. But then I have problems to make some cuts. The Mongrel could apply some pressure, but I think I will cut the elves because the Engineered Plague is killing them. Bone Shredder is not the right tool. No. And so we have like 3 more cards to cut. Maybe the Worm. One Worm. One Therapy. Like this. That could apply pressure too, but one should be enough. Maybe the bird was pretty good to block. I think this isn't the right thing. So let's sort it out. And yeah, the Internet Plague isn't the right thing. Even if I have a good start with some Fyndhorn Elves or Llanowar Elves and play it turn 2, it would be so bad. This might work. I'm trying to keep it. So let's start with the Rootwalla. If this would be have been a bird, it would be very good, but it's no problem. Okay, Priest of Titania. So what can we do? We can say, I think the best thing we can do is like playing the Infestation, and in the second step to make a zombie with this. Horror first, any order. What would be bad is if we so the lizard is going to attack. If we have some pumping effect, that would be pretty bad, like a Herald or something. Otherwise, the Engineered Plague could bring us to a very good position. Maybe game-winning position. But we will see. He has so much mana. And I think we will see a Lord effect. Food Chain, Acolyte. At least 5 more mana. 6. Yeah, just don't have a Lord, please. Food Chain. Pretty scary. Hermit, okay. I'm fine with that. So, second main, we make another zombie with the horror, pitching the Rootwalla, and we are playing the Rootwalla to have more mana for Engineered Plague and for Survival of the Fittest. So we just get Squee back in the upkeep. He can apply some pressure with these squirrels next turn, but this might be enough to see him concede. So let's take a quick look. We make some mana here. Take a black, play it on elves. Oh. Yeah, that card is so good. Play survival. And I think we attack with these two. And with the Rootwallas? Oh, let's keep them at... Yeah, this is worth it. Yeah, pretty nice match. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one. So, welcome to the second round. Let's take a look what we draw. That's... Well, let me think about it. Tough. But it might be okay. Leading with City and Fyndhorn Elves would be pretty bad if opponent has an answer to the elves, but I will try to keep it. And discard would be bad, but let's try it. Get some experience with the deck. It's not a huge problem to make some bad mulligan decisions. It might be on UV Replenish, which I guess is one of his signature decks. So we have 3 mana here. So let's make like black, green. Wait a second. We can undo here. Say make this green. And I think if it's the Replenish deck, we need more pressure. And in this case, we are going to make a zombie. Horror on the bottom. And now the Cradle is able to make 2 mana to play the Mongrel. And this can apply well amount of pressure. It's strong that we are on the play because he is able to combo in turn 3 if he is a bit lucky. But this should be a really tough matchup for us. Do we make a zombie? I think so, because we have to be the aggressor. Yes. The elves, okay. So what can we do? We can say, like, make green mana. 4 mana, 1 black. Play the horror, which is, it's not good, but it gives us some reach. Yeah. So maybe if we find something like one of our Cabal Therapies, we might have a shot, and otherwise it is like 6, 7, 8 damage, up to 14 damage next turn. And he has like Frantic Search, which is very scary. So if he has a Replenish now, I think we are going to concede. Yes, it's Replenish. But it's pretty close. So next turn would be like 14 damage at least. And we have just 1 mana left. Yeah, a bit late to the party, but let's try our best. Like, what could be a problem now? I think the problems are here, but let's go for I think Parallax Tide would be the call. Because if he squeezes our last mana, Sword Replenish. Yeah, just we take our time. Yeah, that's scary. That's a very well draw. So we concede on this due to his entombment. And it won't be much better after the sideboarding. We need this sweet spot between disruption and still applying pressure. So the Mesmeric Fiend should be a safe call. But Naturalize is too bad, I guess. Because he can sex entombment in response. And we can't really interrupt his combo. So it's a bit tough to sideboard. Because we need some speed. Yeah, let's don't bring in the Naturalize, but you can just write in the comment section if you think this is right or not. These are bad too. 5 more to cut. Maybe, yeah, let's cut some mana dogs, which can't apply pressure because our good draws are on 2, like the Zombie Infestation and the Mongrels. And turn 1 we want to use to play discard. And I think we can cut one of the horrors because it needs a bit of setup. But not sure about the sideboarding, to be honest. Could be very bad. But let's see. I think this is good enough because we have 1 Cabal Therapy. This would be nice. But he's on a Swords and Plowshares plan, so Swords might be a closer therapy. Because we need the pressure plan. And I guess that he knows about it. So he's keeping something with swords. Let's take Swords of Plowshares. And I think we might have luck. No luck for us, okay. Yeah, no problem. So he has something going on there. I don't know why the deals are not working for me. So Sea of Cleansing in 2 just means our enchantment plan is bad. But this is... let's go with the Wild Mongrel now. And I think next turn we are playing the Llanowar Elf to sack it to get his intuition, because we either have to get intuition or replenish. And he's able to play the intuition in the second turn. What's good for us is that his mana base is quite painful. So if I flash back the Cabal Therapy, I think he might be yeah, we need pressure. So Cradle, Wild Mongrel. It's sad that we don't have a second black, which can cost us a game, but let's make a nice, pretty play here. Attack with the Mongrel. No blocks. So let's discard this horror. In the second main, we can sacrifice for flashback Cabal Therapy. Then we have a creature above it. And get the horror back. And 1 damage might make the play here, the game. Okay, no actions, so intuition it is. Yeah, that's a bit scary, the combination of Seal of Cleansing and Parallax Tide, which means he can exile all lands, but we still have something going here. But it's just too slow. It's just the fair part of the deck. So you'll see he will exile all our lands now. But he takes like 3 damage in the process, which is nice. So Tide is gone. A Squee or something would be nice. So let's discard the horror. Going for black. Let's discard the Withered Wretch. Going for black. And I think I will discard the survival, because I won't be able to play it anytime soon. And now I have the horror with a creature above. I don't know if it's getting better. So 7 damage, which means he's at 6 life. We get our horror back, so it's potential 5 damage next turn. And yeah, so we have to win now or have something like a parallax wave, which it isn't. So what's his plan? Let's make a 5 kites and then maybe he found a sword. which would not solve his problem completely. Maybe the discard of the survival was too early, because we get it back with the tides. So if he has the... Okay, nice. I'm a bit stunned that this worked out, but... Yeah, given that he has so much answers for the survivals and zombie infestation, I might... I think the birds are not good enough. But the horror might be. Maybe one survival less, because it's like more the value plan. And I'm not sure about it, but Naturalize might be good if his plan does not work out perfectly. So does not feel good to board these broken card out, but might be correct in this kind of matchup. Let's try it. So the Mongrels were pretty impressive. That's not bad. We keep this leading with the Llanowar Elves, and in the second turn we go for Cabal Therapy and the Mongrel, if he does not has a sort of approaches. So the dangerous part about his deck is that he has 4 mana in turn 3 many times. So we don't have to look too much on our life points, because if he has a combo, he has it. I'm not a fan of leading, so he has a sword, but that's okay. The Mongrel should apply pressure here, but in this case, we have to use the Cabal Therapy next turn, I guess. Or we can try... I don't know. Red mana? Ah, Seal of Cleansing. Powder Keg. Oh, that's good. So it's we're going to smash the card here. Because he does not set up his combo. He might have the Frantic Storm, but a Frantic Surge. But I'm not scared by that. So now we have to think about it. I think we won't do anything here. Get one horror back. And he just has 2 cards left in hand. So it might work out. I think he keeps this on 0 because of Zombie Infestation, but at most I would make it another zombie. And then... Okay. Let's yield until his main phase. This might be enough to let him crack the Powder Keg on attack. So now we get both horrors back. Such a nice card. Still in the end step, but I think it would be too greedy to make another one. So let's give him something to think, because I would like to lead with Cabal Therapy. And let's think about it. What would be a big blowout? I think the Parallax Tide would be one. Parallax Wave. Because our main goal is to apply pressure. If he has his swords and play it, that would be good for us. should be Intuition or Frantic Search. Intuition, okay. I'm not impressed by that. Okay, yeah, that's a good plan. So let's go and call a Parallax Wave. Of course, I would like to keep my... Yeah, nice. I would like to keep my creatures around. So he's left with one other waste. Okay, this I can store in my mind. Let's go to tech. Treetop Village is pretty cool. Do I want to make another zombie? Because just one horror will come back to me. And we are applying enough pressure for right now. Problem is the powder cake will kill the Treetop Village. If I attack with that. An island. Oh no, Alaka Waste. So one wild card. The end of second main. Yeah, I think he needs to pop it soon. That's cool. So let's attack for 4. He's thinking about if he has to pop the powder cake. It would be pretty impressive if we win this without any real disruption from our sideboards. Okay. Not popped. So let's think about it. I am willing to try to play a survival of the fittest. That's very cool. So I will flashback the Cabal Therapy. But I need to think about what to name. So Replenish is good in any case. Parallax Wave he would have played. So it has to be land, but let's, due to respect to the Replenish, let's take that. Yeah, it's a land. So now it's one of the more crucial turns. So now we can think about how to play this. So I think I'm going to discard this horror into the survival to get a Squee. The Wretch would be nice too, but it's... So we have to make pressure. And now we're going to make a zombie in this kind of combination. Horror first, then Squee. Both horrors back to our hand. And in the end step, we add some more to the board. At least Rootwalla. So he's not in a hurry right now. I think we are going to say discard horror and Rootwalla. Yield to this ability, play it. So that's kind of lethal now. I think he has to pop it because otherwise it's too dangerous. So at first we're going to attack right now. I don't know if we are in the position to pump the Rootwalla. Yeah, that's okay. So just take 1 damage. And in the second main, we have 2 ways to play it. So first way is to tutor for Mesmeric Fiend, which is nice. Second way would be to play the Wretched, which would be better against a top deck. I think the Wretched might be better. Let's play the Wretched. And if he has Swords to Plowshares, I would like to keep the wave. We get the Horror back now, which is very good. And now, if he has Intuition or Frantic Surge, yeah, Sword. So it's a bit painful, of course. We have to sacrifice the mine, but now we are safe against his best top decks. And next turn, we make some more zombies. So think he needs some kind of attunement right now. Of course, with the zombie plus the lizard and the Treetop Village. Yeah. Let's make another zombie. These can go in any order. And please give me them back. Back. This is nice in any way. So we can make like 3-6 damage. That would allow us to, but let's play it a bit more conservative and attack with these 2. He does not depend on his painful mana, because otherwise I would attack for 7. But in this case, let's play it like this. In the second main, we're going to discard the Horror. Then we can make a root-like with Rootwalla for more damage. Discard the Rootwalla. Cast it. And to find the Mesmeric Fiend, which is very good. I think it's the best we can do. So now it's kind of sad that we don't have one. Oh, that's nice. 1 more green mana. Yeah, the problem is he should not play it, because that would be 4 more damage. That's the downside of the attunement. Of the opponent scene. Rose of God, maybe? I don't think he plays Wrath of God. More like the Tide. Okay. Yeah, that's not a big problem, to be honest. Because at the end of the second main, we make another zombie. Which means... And another zombie in the end step. Any order would be pretty bad here. So, another zombie. We get both back. Make another zombie. Use any order, okay. And now it's painful for him. So we don't have anything good to tutor up right now. He can exile 5 creatures. We are 1 mana short. So what's the best play? We can apply I need to take a quick look at my deck, because that's the most crucial turn in the whole match, and I have some time left. There's nothing really good I can tutor right now, so the question is how to make the maximum of pressure. If we pump both of these, he will exile these and like 3 of these. And so I think, or we could tutor for more horrors. That's tough. So we activate this. He's going to exile it. And with it, like these and these, we just attack for 2, which is pretty bad. But then we have lethal on the next turn. Yeah, I think we need to do it. Like this. Activate this. Go to attack. And if he exiles this, I think the problem is he does not have to exile all 5 counters. But if he does not exile all, he gets like 3 damage. Okay, he takes 3 damage. So we have lethal next turn, and for that, I think it's... So what would win him the game? I think it would only be a combination of Frantic Search into... But this won't be enough because he draws 2 discards too. Let's say we are going to discard the Squee to find a Rootwalla. And here I would like to make another zombie. So we get both horrors back, and we have a more diverse converted mana cost on our creatures, which might win us the game. So he exiled 1 more card, which was a zombie. Yeah, very cool game. I thought we were so far behind, but if the Replenish player is drawing the wrong side of his deck, it's... Yeah, good game. Very nice match. So welcome back to the 3rd game of the PMOS tournament. This is not keepable, I think. So let's take a mulligan. That looks, yeah, much better. I do not think we need the Baloth here, or we can ship a land. Not really sure. I think the Baloth is too expensive. Yeah, let's see what we are playing against. Oh, mulligan to 5. This is tough. We got a Cabal Therapy. Here's a Treetop Village, and so I guess the call is that he plays a rock, and best card against us is the Punisher's Deed. So let's name Punisher's Deed here. Okay, it's a rock. We did not hit Deed, but we now have some more information. Second Treetop Village. So call is to play the survival now. Some of the list run some Naturalize, but I think it would be best to play the survival and explode 1 or 2 turns later. Yeah, Naturalize. Maybe it was wrong, but we did not have the huge payoff card we could tutor for. So let's just play the Rootwalla and I think another bird, because it would be pretty bad. The other plan would have been to keep that back at the blocker if he attacks with the Treetop Village, but I think it's a very bad play if he just places the Maya Elder. And yeah, I'm not sure if it was very bad to play survival. Thing is, they mostly play like 1 to 2 Naturalize and 7 or 6 to 8 discard. So I think it was a correct play, even for my mana management, to play it like this. But yeah, sometimes I have it, and it's okay. It's no problem. Yeah, this is one of his discards. So it was this. The Rock is a pretty tough matchup. He had a mulligan on 5, I had a mulligan on 6, but even with the Pernicious Deed or the Yavimaya Elder, he can make so much card advantage that he can easily win the game. Cradle. So I don't want to show him the Cradle now. I'm not sure if I'm willing to play the bird. So I don't keep the bird for a survival, because the Squee should be good enough in the first match, the first game of the match, because graveyard removal is mostly just from the sideboard and with a Living Wish possible. So it's not the thing I'm sandbagging that because I hope to have a better survival line. But I'm thinking there will be a Pernicious Deed soon, and I don't want to throw everything inside the Deed. And he will attack with the Yavimaya Elder. We are going to block and pump. So he will need to pay 2 mana to sack it, to have a 3/1, but that's fine. And we will see. We have a good late game if we are getting the right cards, but it's hard against. So I think this attack was a bit odd, because in my opinion I would have attacked it pre-combat and then attacked with the Treetop Village, willing to make the trade. Or maybe, yeah, okay, so here's another thing going. Now I'm like getting some damage in. And I'm ready to show the Cradle now, because I don't want to take too much damage and just play the Rootwalla, pass the turn. He can activate the Treetop Village now to recure the Yavimaya Elder, would be pretty good. And indeed, Baloth, yeah, very good against me. Good thing is we have the Squee as an infinite blocker, but the bad thing is we don't get damage through with the Rootwallas again. Wild Mongrel, pretty bad. We are still okay on the clock. If we would have run out of time soon, I would concede that. Because there's like maybe 5% chance to win for us. But it's interesting. We were pretty lucky so far in this tournament. And sooner or later you will be facing the rock. Yeah, he's going to attack or sack. I think sack should be the right thing, but if he attacks, okay. Okay, best thing I can do is to make a double block. So if we make a double block on the Baloth, he kills one and exchange a Treetop Village for the Baloth. So I think I'm willing to block like this and trade with both Treetop Villages. But the recurring nightmare is really a problem. So here we are going to play the Mongrel, make his attacks more complicated, because if I just have this rubbish here, it would be possible that I'm willing to discard everything to trade with the Baloth. But we are super far behind. Because we need a survival at least, plus a zombie infestation. And then if the opponent maybe falls asleep, we have a good chance. So here he might have a removal. And in this case, we would trade a removal versus these two cards because this will recur. And this is good enough for me. Any removal like Smother versus these dead cards. So at first I would like to discard the Squee, make him black to be secure against Vendetta. And keep him black. I think he might have a Smother, but it's okay. So we trade Smother versus birds in the land. Nothing of value was lost. Okay, so he might have a deed. Yeah, that's over. We can concede here. He does not went for a route to exchange something. Like the squirrel with this is very odd. But as far as my experience goes, there are odd plays with Magic Online because the UI is so hard to handle. So he probably is going to sack this, but yeah, maybe I'm wrong because I think he does not return it because I have the Cabal Therapy in my graveyard, so this was the right call. The Addict is fine. So he's going to exchange a Squirrel with the Hermit again. Another Addict, okay. And now? That's nice. Not very good, but I think here's the right play now to say, like, give me a zombie. Yeah, it's not winnable, but let's continue. So not returning the nightmare is very good. Of course, I have the Cabal Therapy, and it would be unusual to have an answer for that. And yeah, awesome draws for Mulligan to 5. That's what the rock is about. You play very good cards, many dead cards. It's always a pleasure to play against rock. So best card against us is the Pernicious Deed, so I guess we need the Duress. Naturalize is not the right thing to do. Caller is mediocre. The Orangutan might be a cut. Yeah, we are so bad against these type of decks with Pernicious Deed. And even Duress might be a very bad call. Not exactly sure what to do. Mongrel is bad. Deck is playing many wards in general. And I wanted to cut the Orangutan, but it might be okay to destroy Tormod's Crypt in response of our late game. But we will see. So the problem is that he has the far better late game Tormod's Crypt, or the Withered Wretch might have been a call, but thing is that he has so many removal and Pernicious Deeds that he can just lay back with his Recurring Nightmare plan. But it's not often a bad feeling to play to lose against the rock. That's dangerous, at least. That's better, but not good. So I think I'm going to ship. That's very bad. But our game plan is to win a fast game, and this is just it's only possible if we are getting his discard here. And after that, play the Zombie Infestation, make 2 zombies, and hope he falls asleep and has nothing and win. Naturalize, okay. The hand is stacked. But we might be fast enough. If he tumbles a bit on green mana, we even have the Treetop Village. So, that's very nice. But we can't make 2 zombies, I think. So let's ship the turn here. But we can't auto yield because if he has removal, he would like to make a zombie. That's very good. It's the green mana, and he's able to block our zombies, so I think we have lost at that point. And our zombie plan is so bad against the walls in the deck. So this is a very nice draw. I'm going to pump this lizard. Crash in for 5. We might be fast enough, but I'm pretty pessimistic about it. So next turn we get, and even if he has a pernicious deed, and Yavimaya Elder. So even if he does not play anything besides a land, I think we might attack with these. Or not. Just 1 damage is not good enough. So he plays the Elder, it's fine. And next turn the Baloth is coming. Survival. We got the Naturalize. That's our only way to do anything. And there are many squirrels coming. That's fine. So we're lacking a bit of mana here. And for this reason, we are going to... it's sad that we can't play this, but... that's a problem. So we don't discard. This is very nice. Pass the turn. In the end step, we're going to tutor for another worm. Then play it with a survival. Course of the Tormod's Crypt, or we could get a Uktabi Orangutan, but this might be way too slow. Yeah, this plan is over. So if he attacks now, we would... he does not. So in the end step, we are going to play that worm. And it's the... we can't win, but let's don't make it so easy for him. So let's go for... Masticore might be a play, but then we won't advance on the board, but it might be good enough. Maybe later. Let's go for the Arrogant Wurm. Nice thing is that it has converted mana cost 5. So it won't be too easy to play Pernicious Deed, and if he plays with a deed, he would blow up something on his side. So if I attack with a worm, and he's going to block and puts the Ravenous Baloth on top and spends the whole next turn, this might be fine for us. Of course, we have another worm, and yeah, I'm a bit sad that I don't bring the Withered Wretch in, because after thinking second about it, it's very cool that we can tutor it up. So now we will see some hermit action. And for this reason, we will tutor up some more lizards to block. So let's go the end step. So he's out of mana now. I could. Let me think a second about it. I think I just taking the Rootwalla here and then discard the Rootwalla. Play it. And search for Squee. Squee for Masticore. It's a bit dangerous because I have to play it. Gaea's Cradle would be a very nice draw. A Baloth. Okay, that's tough. So if I play the Baloth, yeah, we need to try the route with the Masticore here because it's just too dangerous. He does not know anything about the Baloth, and so his Cabal Therapies might be bad. Plus, if I get this online, if he has removal, he needs to decide to not play the cost of the Hermit. And I think I won't attack here because I'm not willing to trade this Worm against 2 squirrels. And yeah, he can't, in my opinion, he can't play the Echo Coast because he would trade 5 mana against 2 mana of us. So another Hermit. Even Naturalize, yes. Naturalize on the Masticore. No, on the Survival. That's why. Because he have the Squee line secured, he has the line against the Horror secured. Okay. So his last card is the second deranged Hermit. I might have... No, that would have been bad. So let's bring this in. That's very, very good. But if I play it, I have to sacrifice the Masticore. Otherwise, I just could kill this and this. So let's attack with the Masticores and the Worms. Thing is, if he blocks with a squirrel, it's fine. I save 2 mana. If he blocks like 4 damage, I can ping or regenerate. Maybe I should have attacked with everything, but I don't know. He's literally at 13 life. Okay. So that's very odd. Because I'm going to ping the Yavimaya Elder. He was sacrificed in response, which is perfectly fine. I think I can just F6 until end of turn, because I know his cards in hand. Hermit, Forest, Swamp. And the Hermit won't be enough. Man, that would be awesome if we win this. Masticore is really a powerhouse. Especially in these survival decks where you just can play like one in the main, or one in the main, one in the sideboard, and tutor them up. It's so strong. But he can draw one of his many blowout cards like Finish His Deed. Yeah, that's Deed mana. The Nightmare, okay. Returning the Hermit? I don't like the play, to be honest. 4 cards in hand, one is a Nightmare. So here we are going to let it resolve, because otherwise he can bring the Hermit back again. Returning this is okay. So we yield until the end step. Then we get rid of one of these squirrels. And if we draw a Gaea's Cradle, that would be very, very good. For another mana, we are going to discard the Orangutan. Gemstone Mine. So we need to make a quick calculation here. I play Gemstone Mine, shoot these all. Attack. He's going to block the Masticore and goes to 3. That's not enough. So I'm not sure. I think I can't play that because Masticore might be a way to win, but we don't win against the Nightmare anyway. So maybe like, I don't know if it's correct, but it's late. So one way to win is that he makes a pretty huge misplay. So do we ping one time, or do we want to pump? I don't know. I don't ping. Block, block, block. Yeah, that's tough. So thing is, we are going to ping 1 damage here. So he has to choose if he wants to sack it in response or trade. But due to his blocks, we are in pretty okay shape. Because his board will be empty. And he can just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He has another mana, so he can just easily play the Hermit. And it's a 2. The Hermit, the Nightmare to return the Baloth again. Okay, here we might steal the win, but I don't think so. He's playing very, very good. Gaea's Cradle, please. Cabal Therapy. So we can get the Nightmare. Activate, ping. So if we want to win this, we have to get the Nightmare. And he has to make some pretty serious blocks to this. Yeah, maybe we should have shooted this before to get some more squirrels. Okay. But I don't think so. We might have a little shot here. Cause, yeah, that's a blocking order. Blocking order. And then we need to deal 1 damage here to get more squirrels. Get another one. So in this case, he might just attack soon. Yeah, that's tough spot, but it's just very interesting, that game. So he has 2 squirrels left, and we need to play the therapy on the recurring nightmare. Here's a Baloth left. So are we willing to trade the Baloth versus our zombie? Yeah, we are. So we need to sack the Masticore in our next upkeep, but that's not a huge problem. The Recue Nightmare and the Baloth would be... okay. Stronghold, yeah, that's good. Forgot about that, but I think it was still the best possible line. Otherwise... So we can pay in response, but that won't do us any favor because you can just put that on top and return. And yeah, we're going to concede here. Nice game. Thanks for watching. So we are back to round number 4. Let's take a look. That looks quite good. It's a big week to a discard spell, but I'm willing to take the risk. So we are going to keep this. I have no idea what my opponent is playing. But if we get this going, the Zombie Infestation with the 2 Squees, so a zombie a turn. Against some matchups, it's not super impressive. But yeah, the Masticore is cool. A discard would be nice. So probably Elves. That might be Survival Welder deck or something like this. Maybe Opposition Survival, but probably it's going to be just a classic Elves deck, or maybe the Elves deck with Food Chain. Yeah, that's... So, if we just take a look at the cards, it might still be Survival Wader, but it's not very common. So, let's play the Infestation here. If he is in fear of that, he might tutor for his Nantuko Vigilante, but I think he's going for a more explosive route. And if he's tutoring the Vigilante, we might get a stable board with a Masticore, but for that we would need a Gaea's Cradle, I think. So the classic, just tutoring up a Squee. Never played this matchup with the deck, but I think after sideboarding we have some tools. But we might die here or next turn. So I think one of our best draws would be a Gaea's Cradle. Yeah, Elf deck is insane. It's the only tier 0 deck in the whole format, but it's okay because there's very good hate against the deck. And in my opinion, there are times where we see many Elf decks, but then the decks and sideboards adjust, and there are so many tools to handle the deck pretty well, like Fire and Ice, Pyroclasm, Engineered Plagues, and like every deck is playing plenty of those. So I'm not calling for anything like a ban or something. And if there would be a ban possible, I'm hoping for Wirewood Symbiote, because it allows the deck to have nearly unbeatable card advantage with the Acolytes. But it's okay. The deck took down the Euro Championship in Darmstadt. And yeah, I'm not sure if there's another tier 0 deck in the format. Buffet might have been, but I'm not sold on that. Yeah, we are just dead. Because he can start his overrun there. I'm willing to show the Masticore if anything just does not work out in opponent's favor. Don't know if the overrun is enough. So what can he do? He can, if he knows it, he can animate the Gaea's Cradle to make it 1/1. And then he can tap it, 5 mana pool, untap it once. Okay, yeah, just a survival route for some value. I think make some... Yeah, he's going to tutor for a mountain. Let's do a yield through this turn here. Just to save some time. So time won't be an issue, but it's more... We have 100% lost. I just want to show you the raw power of this deck. It's turn 4. So double overrun. He can activate the Cradle. It's too late now because he does not have a forest to bounce. Yeah, discarding Verdant Force from Toku Vigilante to get the Masticore. And we have 0 outs, but it's time is not an issue in this matchup, so I just want to show you the raw power. So we stop the yield. Yeah, that's okay. That was turn 4, and this wasn't even the best route he might have gone. So I did not make a count on this, but he could made the land a 1/1, then untap it. So tap it for 5 mana, or later 6, 7 mana. And I wondered about this because double overrun, which is his second ability, would have saved the game instantly. And he did not do a single overrun here. But he's not in a hurry, so this was very odd. So if he does not have played the Vigilante, but he knows that I have 0 outs, and for that reason he just can not make the best play. But I'm not an expert in this deck. Plus, sometimes it's very hard to navigate Magic Online. You see it on my side, I make many mistakes because I'm not very used to the software now, playing it for like 2 weeks or something. Double zombie won't be enough. So he just made 2 overruns and then we are dead. As this, I think this with the rock should be one of the worst matchups. So we can play Mesmeric Fiend, maybe Naturalize. Plague. The Wretch might come in because I want... But that's not a value matchup, to be honest. We just need to get a Engineered Plague online quick and maybe try to win the late game with the Horror and the Fiend. I don't know. So he will probably bring in the Goblin Sharpshooter for Naturalize. So Wurm is too slow. 3 cards. Yeah, maybe the Baloth. So our first match was against Food Chain. Too bad. I clicked actually keep. Okay, let's do it. That's so bad. Even if I draw the Engineered Plague, I have basically a mulligan to 4 due to both Cradles. Yeah, this was one of the misplays I was talking about. This was 100% a mulligan, but I accidentally clicked on keep. And we can't even play the Infestation. Man, it's so bad. I'm about to concede here. So the yield does not work for me. I don't know why. Maybe you have. I click yield the 5th time now. Do you have the same issues for that? So there might be an edge if we find black next turn to make a zombie, 1.5 zombies each turn. Yield. And here you see why the deck is just a tier 0 deck. Turn 3, he's going to have like 20 mana. This makes 5, 10, 13, 14, 15 without more elves or land drops. So let's just do F6 here to have some nice show. This does not happen too often in the format, but there are constellations where you play 2 different decks and they are just of 2 other worlds. So I am playing like a tier 3 to tier 4 deck, and he's like playing the tier 0 deck. And you see he just needs 1 more payoff card. And that's the play now I was talking about in the first game. So if there would be a banning, the Simid should be banned because the other bans would hit the other decks too hard. And in the end step, he could have bounced the Acolyte to replay it 2 times now. And I think he needs cards in hand. So if we get black and following turn plague. So do we block? We do block here. And we do block here. Yeah, that was a quick one. So welcome to the last game of the PMOS tournament. I'm playing again Madness Infestation. This hand is not good, but the Zombie Infestation plus Squee might be enough for me to keep it. So we have green mana on turn 3. Yeah, let's try it. This deck has trouble on mulligans. So if we are drawing green source on the first turn, we should be pretty well. And otherwise, yeah, we made some experience while mulligan. Swamp, pass the turn. So if he has a counter for this would be brutal. And even a daze would be enough, but I think we have to slam it on turn 2. Or we draw green, then I would probably try the bird, but not sure. So we pitched a Spirit Guide to play 7 Diary. That's very interesting. I hope to get this down, but I'm not. Ah, that's nice. Okay, let's discard the Horror and the Squee. It's important to put the Horror first, because then we get it back in the end step. I'm not really sure what he's playing. It might be a blue-green Oaks deck or Madness deck. but it's so odd to it can't be Oath. So of course, if it would be Oath, he can Oath into the Spirit Guide, which is absolutely bad. Maybe Stasis or Dreadnought. But we see some nice choices here, like Peak, Elf Spirit Guide, 7 Library. Every time happy to see things like this. And now in the end step, I would like to... the important part is to make the action in the second main, to get the horror back in the end step. Discard this, horror first, bird second. And in the end step, we return this. Can we do always yes here? In the upkeep, we get Squee back. That's very good. So let's see. First thing we made is to make another zombie to make our Cradle better. So he knows about these cards. Maybe Cradle is not the play, but let's start with the Cabal Therapy here. It might have been correct. Okay, he scoops up. Of course, we have so much pressure, and he don't want to show what he's playing, which is a smart move, I think. Blue-green. Spirit Guides. So the only blue decks I know which are playing Spirit Guide is the Stasis deck with Root Maze. So I'm a bit unsure, but it seemed control-y. So I think Duress is a call. Yeah, tough. So here in this spot you see how good it was that he conceded so fast. Because now we could make some errors while boarding. And with his splash of green, he's able to bring in Naturalize, which is pretty good against our deck. Yeah, was a lucky keep from our side. So it could have been gone very bad. Keeps this. I would love it if Magic Online would do these in different colors. Because last game I kept a hand I wanted to mulligan. Yeah. First things first. Start with a bird. Our mana base is pretty painful, but it should not be a problem because we did not saw it from him. And white. So Swords to Plowshare, Meddling Mage. I think he named Survival or Zombie Infestation. Yeah, Zombie Infestation. So is it like 3-color Dreadnought? So let's do a bit unfair things here and start with the Mesmeric Fiend. We are getting 2 damage next turn because we don't play the Mongrel, but it's not a huge problem. That's very, very strong. We pick the Daze here. So awesome play made possible by the bird. Pick the Daze. And we might see a concede here, I don't know. Courts getting 2 Swords to Plowshares. Might be back breaking. So 2 islands left. We are not in a safe space because he can just find a gush and be in the game again pretty fast, or his Dreadnought. Yeah, we do not want to block. So let's start with a waste. Continue with a I think I will take a bit less damage here, because it might be important. And do we want to play the elf? I don't think so. Of course, if we draw a survival, we want to get the chain going. So here's one island left in hand, what we know about. And it's pretty cool because he can't attack now with the Meddling Mage. Ah, sweet. So is it... Then it's Grow Toke, but we did not see much, and it could be a very cool Dreadnought list. So here we are going to discard the Rootwalla, because I want to have more pressure on board. And it's pretty serious on the spot state, because I have nothing to do with my mana, and this can chip in for 3 each turn. We don't play this because we want to make the mongrel scary. Take with these. No blocks. So here we are going to pump one time. 5 damage. So now we are going to play the Llanowar Elves, because if he attacks with a Meddling Mage, I would make a double block. It's a bit scary against Fire Eyes, but if we are playing too passively, we might just lose against a huge Dryad. So knowing what he's playing now, it's much easier to sideboard next game. Okay. Gush Hardcast? No, Elf Spirit Guide Hardcast. So it was a good call to not play this. Zombie Infestation. Do we want to trade 2 cards from our hand against 2 of his creatures and the mongrel? I think so. And I just want to attack like this. Maybe the Elf Spirit Guide is a budget replacement for Mox Diamond. So this will be pumped. And the turn, he's at 8. Yeah, maybe we see Hardcast Gush, but I don't think that he wanted to. So still no attacks. He's flooding out there. Another mongrel. So let's do the attack again, like this and this. Double block. So he might have a sword, but I would trade this. So my blocking order would be like first the Dryad, because this can go out of hand pretty quick. And then I want to pump this. Go to damage. Okay, that was pretty good. Mongrel has the turn. Yeah, that was pretty bad flooded from my opponent. Otherwise, we would have seen a more intense game. Yeah. So this was 5 rounds of Madness Infestation in our first PMOS tournament. It was pretty fun, and yeah, it does not took too much time. I think these 5 matches were like 2 hours, and pretty cool Discord to play the leagues. If you want to participate, you can write a comment and I can help you. But let's do a quick conclusion on the deck. Starting with the lands. The land base was pretty okay, but I'm not a fan of the Treetop Village. It was pretty bad in many spots that they were entering the battlefield tapped. And yeah, the 1-drops here were fine, especially the Cabal Therapy were pretty strong. Same for the 2-drops, like Zombie Infestation is a powerhouse, Survival, and the Mongrel can ship a good amount of damage in and be a very good blocker. I think maybe I don't think the Uktabi Orangutan is a deck for card for the main deck. Same for the Ravenous Baloth. Maybe you can cut these two to play more Arrogant Wurms. So the most problematic matchups for us were the Rock and Elves, but I don't really know how to fix them. It might be possible to make a little red splash for Goblin Sharpshooter and maybe Anger, but I think this would be a bit different type of deck then. And we had so much fun playing the deck. And yeah, the sideboard was pretty cool. I'm not really sure about the color of the claw. We need to find somehow more answers against elves, which would be engineered plague 3 to 4 at least, and maybe we find something cool for the Pernicious Deed, because this just wrecks the whole deck. But otherwise, a very, very nice deck. Had pretty cool games and much fun in the PMO League. And hope to see you there soon. Goodbye.